folks, we're back again. Sonic Beast and Roy Cruz. This is another NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. And this time, it's a final game as we're finishing up game number 4. It's the Houston Rockets playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves at Target Center. If you've already been watching this one, the last part of the game, you know what happened. It was all for Darius Garland as he made a tumble finish to hit the buzz beater, and it was no joke that he definitely done it all. You heard that right, but as you already mentioned before, it was not easy when you get the 3 points in for Darius Garland, and for the big finish, wasn't really easy enough to change it immediately. So that could be only one last chance for the Hawks if they don't win in Game 5. You'll see them soon underway once this finishing game comes to the appearance. And with that being said, this is the last one that we have. The Rockets facing against the Timberwolves at Target Center. And now for my next and final commentaries for tonight's game, I have Terry Crews. He's also along with the others with the all of you know for with Test Tube. And finally, the third commentary of the crew all comes with name of them all, Nickel. And the center court I have is Ali LaForce standing by for the big plays of the game. Actually, not Nickel, but Pyramidi will bring it back. In the meantime, let's get this thing finished here at Target Center. We'll see you all later, everybody, for the post-game show. Rockets, Wolves, next on 2K Sports. And now let's get this started. Let's forward to the team of the Houston Rockets. Where are the leads? That's ball forward. Dylan Brooks. Position. Jalen Green. Let's set it up. Alvar. Take good. Position. Alvin Thompson. Head coach for the Rockets. He's in the middle. For your Minnesota Timberwolves. At point guard position, it's 16, number 10, Mike Conley. And forward, 7'6", number 3, Jaden McDaniel. Number 27, Rudy Gobert. Number 6'5", number 30, Julius Randle. And in starting guard position, 6-point guard, number 5. The head coach for the Wolves, Chris Finch. For your Minnesota Timberwolves. Thanks for tuning in for another NBA2k Sports of the NBA playoffs. I'm Terry Crews, and I'm here with my broadcast partner with Test Tube and Pyramidi. This is NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. With our special group in the lineup, it's do or die for Houston Rockets. Here are the starting groups. Van Vliet is on Mike Conley. Edwards is on Green. It's Thompson on Julius Randle. McDaniels is on Brooks. And the center guards is between Sengun and Gobert. Well, folks, it's game 4, final game of the night of this one, and we are finished. Let the game begin. As we start for the Houston Rockets, here's Dylan Brooks. He'll start things off. The fade finds Thompson. Thompson from the outside finds again to Fred VanVleet. VanVleet with a shot. Oh, Conley with the block. And Gobert has it again. That one misses. Trying to get a shot. And Sengun will take it in. There's multiple blocks going on between Sengun and VanVleet, but it was Conley and Gobert trying to knock it down.
Well, I didn't see that one. That screenplay was going to get that off this time to time. They really couldn't get anything.
There's Conley, the shot. That one will start in for Minnesota. Conley's got his first bucket. Now here's VanVleet. He'll start things off. VanVleet taking a look over it. Interchange middle, finding Brooks. Talking from Allie LaForce, talking about Chris Finch. He was definitely one of the Minnesota head coaches that was able to play for a one-of-a-kind team. But sometimes he just has it all.
Yeah, that's typically what I would say.
Definitely what I would say for this need to be a better choice.
When there's never news playability, they just have to get back into it. Better playoffs is no big deal.
Now there's the foul. That's going to start oftenly. So it looks like the Rockets haven't won anything, but they might be able to win and find it if they go back in. Free throw coming up for Amen Thompson. He's at the free throw line shooting 2. Thompson takes the first free throw.
You know, Thompson was really like all the tanks. Never really settle things up until you give out a better chance. When sometimes you don't play it often, you don't get a good user response out of it. You just need to keep playing harder and harder.
Thompson knocks down the second free throw. It's a 4-2 game as we already start under 7 minutes. Now Conley will start things off here from outside. Here's the pass now finding again to Edwards. Edwards looks over again to Conley. He'll start things off in here right from the wing. In from corner. Gives to Edwards. 4-3. It's good! They will start that off for Anthony Edwards on the 3-point line. There's one, and we're talking about it again for Anthony Edwards. He's been really trying to keep it out. The rebound by Sengun. They lost the ball. That's going to be on Edwards or Gobert. I think Gobert had that block. I'm going to have to take a look at it. I'm thinking that Gobert must have had that piece. They might have had that one with the first rejection in. Now McDaniels now finds Edwards. Edwards from outside. The fade. McDaniels. Set back for 3. Pulls in and out, and it's now rebounded by Fred VanVleet. Here's the take. Makes the draw. Now will be a number 2-pointer for the Houston Rockets. And Julius Randle will have the ball. Randle will send it over to McDaniels. McDaniels with the shot. It's rebounded by Sengun. Sengun's got a second rebound of the night. VanVleet finds Green. Green's right to a corner. Trying to push it in for the 2. And he's got it again. Over 2-pointer for the Rockets. As now they will have the 3-point lead possession. Now here's a take for Mike Conley. He'll try his own. Conley still working it around. Now finding to Julius Randle. Randle makes some new changes for McDaniels. Down to 8 seconds to shoot. Fades. Randle for 3. No good. Rebounded up by the Houston Rockets. Now VanVleet will send it over to Brooks. Brooks, right toward wing, sends it back to VanVleet. And here's Thompson for 3. Off the rim. Rebound by McDaniels. He'll send it over to Conley. Now finds it to Rudy Gobert. Gobert back over to McDaniels. McDaniels looks to Conley. And Edwards. 4-3. Tying up, no good. Rebound by Gobert, and now again to Edwards. He'll try to give it over again to Conley. Conley finds the Randle. And here's Edwards for another 3. That's missed again. Rebound by Sengun. Here's VanVleet. Will start over to Brooks. Brooks will slide it back. And Brooks. Around Randall. It's stolen by Randall. Here they come. Fast break for Anthony Edwards. With the foul. And that's going to be Green with his first personal foul. First team foul for Houston. Well, that's going to be a first starting foul. They didn't really start off that appearing that great. They need to get that one all a better change. Edwards takes the first free throw. And now with new changes coming on for the court, the Rockets are making new changes. Sengun, Brooks, and Van Vliet are checked out, as Holiday, Eason, and Smith Jr. are checked in. The Wolves are making new changes, and Edwards moves over to point guard. Then it's Crossom, Reed, Alexander Walker, and Dante DiVincenzo are checked in. And Edwards hits the second free throw. This will be timeout, first time on the call for Houston Rockets. Only 3:47 remaining in the first quarter. Now I'm talking about it over here about Rudy Gobert. He was one of our biggest of the guy who played here from France. Now for Rudy Gobert, he was noticing what his life had been turning to be. It's nothing but they change up. What they don't know is they just have it coming back. And for Rudy Gobert, these was noticing the block, the king of the wolf. They're noticing that he was definitely playing of the Defensive Player of the Year awards 4 times, tied with us in the NBA history with Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace. He's a 4-time All-NBA team member, 7-time All-Defensive First Team member, and 3-time NBA All-Star. He's the block leader since 2016-17 season. Well, I just remembered it about Rudy Gobert. He was really like showing it oftenly. And when I can tell that Rudy Gobert's got a great rejection out of it, it's a swat. You know how everything turned to be for Rudy Gobert. First play with Utah Jazz, and then you go over to the other side of it for Minnesota Wolves. It's not easy when they changed it correctly. But I'll tell you what, if Rudy Gobert does this, I will change it immediately to see how he does. And have a look here for Anthony Edwards. At points for this season, only at 27.6, behind up in the lead over Jason Tatum.
Well, he seemed to be afterwards, and what to say about Anthony Edwards cannot really always be described. It just really has to be given everything. All I know is they don't really change it up anymore, and they don't really have it to give anybody a better use. Timing is everything. They have to do everything about that.
DiVincenzo against Holiday. Finds Reed. He'll give it again to Gobert. Over Jabari Smith Jr. The drive's good. Gobert's got his first bucket in. Only 3:12 remaining in the first. And here's Green. In the middle, they'll be reaching foul on Dante DiVincenzo. Now with some new changes here, as for now, Steven Adams will check in for Jalen Green. Jabari Smith Jr. moves over, and Whitmore's checked on the court. And Anthony Edwards is checked out, as now it will be Jordan Clark checking in for the Wolves. Here's Eason, right toward the zone. Gobert with the block. Whitmore for 2. Rolls in and out. And rebound by Dante DiVincenzo. And here's Clark. He'll stop it here. We'll find Reed. Reed will send it over to Dante DiVincenzo. Looks over to Alexander Walker. Trying to head the screen out. Reed. Toward the middle, around Adams. They'll give it back. Up for 2. No good. Rebounded by Eason.
Eason's pretty like a hard defensive effort. It's not really what they're changing it off to. All time they'll have to be able to do anything. If they don't, then they can't play like that.
Holiday against Reed. 2:15 remaining in the first quarter of the game. Rolls it in. That's going to be Eason. And with now we're only nearing a 2-minute mark in the first quarter, here's Dante DiVincenzo. Trying to pass over to Clark. Dante DiVincenzo outside of the lane. Reed for 3. That's good from the corner. There's one. Talking about Nas Reed here. He's really like giving it all of it. Holiday against Dante DiVincenzo. Here's Eason. On outside to reach a foul again on Dante DiVincenzo, his second. And a 13 foul for Minnesota.
Well, you're not doing this, obviously. Timing is just not great. You don't give it good oftenly, you can't play it like this. Reaching is not a fair option.
In the corner, here's Holiday on Dante DiVincenzo. Right toward middle, 3 for Eason. That's no good, rebound again. Fades, back to Whitemore for 3. That's no good for Houston Rockets. Now Reed will send it over to outline to Alexander Walker. Walker will send to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo will swing in a Reed, and over now to Clark. Clark up. Eagle, get it in. That is first 2-pointer for your third. And it's Nas Reed with the assist. That's great plays. Make it happen. Clark's got his first layup drive, and he's been putting it in. The cut in, no good. Gobert gets the second rebound of the night with only 45 seconds. Now here's Dante DiVincenzo. He'll send it over to Gobert. Gobert swings to Clark. Clark for 3. It's good! What a take in! As they're up by 4. And Gobert with the assist. There's no application that they're doing it for. They just have to try to get that a fair shot. No one wants to do this perfectly, but for Clark getting a 3. Smith Jr. for 3. No good. Rebound by Reed. 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Reed will slow things down to 10. Nas Reed looking at a time. Here's Dante DiVincenzo. Send a swing to Alexander Walker. Over Holiday, and he will take it in. Alexander Walker with his first point of bucket score, and we come to the end of the first quarter. 19-13 to score. They're up by 6. We'll take a quick break, and we'll get back to you shortly right after the break. You're watching the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports.
This is where it starts. Wolves then, they're back in. It's a Minnesota way.
And if you're just tuning in to get started for the second quarter, we got your live action for you as you're up by 6. A lot of intentional games here. Minnesota trying to look for a win here to get moving on to the second round. But it was no competition, but they choose anything.
Well, it might take anything of the words here for Minnesota. They just have to do it off again with all that shots. They've been working for it entirely. Not anybody that can definitely be only one, but they can be only just a couple that might get there.
Here's a look for the Wolves. Dillingham is with Edwards. Reed is in center. McDaniels is small forward, and Randall in power forward. Oh, here comes Nas Reed. That one tipped off to Sengun's hand, and it's back to Jalen Green. Green finds Thompson. On to Randall with a shot. Good. That will take for number 2 for Ahmed Thompson. And it's Jalen Green with the assist.
This is just coming back when you're doing this again. This is not the barrier to start to make defense effort.
Screen by McDaniels. He'll send it over. Good D by Brooks, but Reed will have it back. McDaniels swings it over to Dillingham. Dillingham ready again to Edwards. With a shot. Oh, tough fadeaway. Count it in for Anthony Edwards. That'll be 7 points for Edwards. Green slides back. Green. It's lost the ball. Edwards will take it over. Here they come. Oh, Reed! What a jam! That's up and over your hand? Oh my gosh! There was no commandment to put for Mini Reed, and he's just like high flying afterward. That's insane! Reed for 3, looking for another 2-pointer to make that dunk. That one is going to be a first one star.
Oh, that's great. Looking off to a great start afterwards for Nas Reed. May not be the change again.
McDaniels finds Dillingham. Dillingham finds Randall. By to shoot. For the sidestep. No good. Rebounded by Van Vliet. Vliet with the ball. He's right toward the other way. Rockets need to get some scoring chances. Great D by Nice Reed. He's got his 5th rebound of the night. One sometimes like to be played in because this rebound. This need to be a big chain off separate. Randall on Thompson. Trying to pass to Edwards. Finds again at Reed. Over Sengun. Rebound by McDaniels. Fades the shot. Reed for the 2. An open look, no good. Nice Reed back to Van Vliet. 5:30 remaining in the first half of the game. Van Vliet. Oh, that drive was a little bit late. And he will try to get another rebound for Edwards for his 2nd rebound. He'll get to Julius Randle. Dillingham is right to her in the wing. Set a screen for Julius Randle. And there will be a reach on Dylan Brooks. That'll be the foul on the Rockets. His first personal and their first team foul. Now it'll be Conley. He'll be checking in for Dillingham. And it's only 5:14 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Here's Randall. Slides back down, finds Reed. Mike Conley will make a new change. Conley. Here's a chance. Edwards for 3. That's good. Number 3 on the outside. Timeout by the Houston Rockets. With 5 minutes remaining in the 2nd quarter. Well, we never seen all this happen. Science is getting to know what the rules are. I mean, oh wow. They've really seen that coming back oftenly. I mean, I don't know if they changed it immediately on that. That's crazy.
So with that one is being said, this can't be not be happening with that. We don't really see what the obvious takes for. So if the Wolves able to make it in, then they're going to be moving on to the 2nd round.
Yeah, it's definitely true. If they win, I mean, they'll be shutting it down here on a shot and a half for the Minnesota Wolves. As this will be on the beating win to move on to the 2nd round. And they will have to play against the winning team between the Nuggets or the Clippers. That might be on the other side of that, so we're going to have to see what changes in to find it in. Well, the win of that one was taken good for the Thunders, as they will play against the Nuggets or the Clippers. But the other team might be the Golden State Warriors or the other team that could be like almost out of nowhere. So they'll have to wait on that.
I just need to see what's going on.
Some changes for the Minnesota Wolves and for the Houston Rockets. Here's a look at the status here for the Wolves' 2nd chance points. 25.5. They're up ahead by the lead.
When I know about the lead points of the leaders, it doesn't really change it often. Not necessarily that they do for what their own reboundings of each game. They really are all separated up. They just don't keep it often at the same time. When they do this, they need something to try to take over with another use. The energy scales can be hard. Not a challenging way to get it.
Here's Nice Reed. He'll send it over to McDaniels. McDaniels, again a Reed. Around Sengun. That's good. Reed's got 7 points in the game. Under 4:30 remaining. And it's McDaniels with the assist. Here's Dylan Brooks. Brooks towards center. In from paint. Green for 3. That's good. Green's got his first 3-pointer of the night. The Wolfpack up by 10. Here's Conley. Sends a pass over to Edwards. Edwards. Take the slight over move again to McDaniels. Right toward the wing. Up for 2. That's missed again. Rebounded by Reed. Again to Edwards. Edwards. Forward a drop. Give to McDaniels. Over now to Edwards for the 2. And good. Edwards. With 12 points in the game. 4 out of 6 field goal range for Anthony Edwards. 2 out of 4 3-pointers. Van Vliet. Slightly across the zone. Reed on him. And Van Vliet will finish his drive. He's put down by 10 as he's got his first point in the game.
That's really sure about Fred Van Vliet. That was going to be almost miraculously out of the nowhere.
Edwards. Their change to go, finding Reed. Reed, 3 for McDaniels. Rebound by Randall. And Randall Randall will slam it down. Trying to slow it down, and he just attacks it from the rim. Now, it really may be painful afterwards. Wouldn't be sure, I wouldn't be surprised enough that that would have been almost like erratically out of the way. That would have been like, yikes. Here's Green, right towards center. For the 2, no good. Randall with the rebound. He'll set it again to Connor. Setting a screen for Julius Randle. And it's stolen by Green. Right to Thompson. And he'll drop it in. They're down by 10. This one changing over and under again. What happened with the defense? They're not just picking it up. Right pace needs to be done. Here's a setup for Randall in corner. Now finds again a Conley. Finding McDaniels. McDaniels. Round the move. Oh, up at a floater. That's McDaniels with his first bucket in. And it's now a 34-22 game. Timeout given by Houston Rockets with under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Now they're coming back in. They're up by 14. They're going to get that one thing done. We're nearly done in the first half, so coming up will be the halftime show. As this will be Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and the big fella, the Shaq O'Neal, one of our big takes for Minnesota. And their possible chances they're going to be moving on to the next round to take the shot out. Will this be another one for the Wolves and for the entire team? We'll find out and see what changes out. We're right in between the alley. And there will be only a few games left between the Nuggets and Clippers, and then the other team, as we have the Bucks taking on against the Pacers back at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And then for the last one, it'll be the Cavs against the Hawks. May not be what their change could be, but it will be determining soon here for one change. And then it will be the Lakers versus the Warriors on the other side of the game. For only 2 games in and 2 games out. Don't miss out for your next games in it only on Son of Beast. That'll be after hockey, then basketball. So once the first half is complete, we'll get ready for a halftime show on the other side. That'll be up after this. New substitutions are on the court here. That's 5 players checked out. Holiday, Whitmore, Easton, Smith Jr., and Green are checked in. And for the Wolves, only a couple players have already made new changes. Clark moves over, Dante DiVincenzo along with Nikita Alexander Walker and Rudy Gobert. Green will take it in. They're back down by 10. Here's Dante DiVincenzo, sets to Gobert. Gobert, 3 for Clark. That's good. From the corner. He's got 8 points.
You didn't think it was going to happen like that. That would have been like a change off erratically on the 3-pointer.
Smith Jr. trying to get over. Whitmore for 3. That's an arm miss by Houston Rockets. And here's Dante DiVincenzo. A set pass now finding to Randall. Randall looks to Dante DiVincenzo again to Clark. Clark with the shot. And he makes a fadeaway. That's for Rudy Gobert. The second bucket of the night.
He's really like all that clean effort. Rudy Gobert was just making every 2-pointer. Right time ever.
With the pass over and trying to block the shot. What a great deflection off of Rudy Gobert. And he's over now finding Clark. Clark wants to give some changes often. Back to Julius Randle. Randle for the finish. Foul, bucket one! Julius Randle! He makes it in! And now it's a foul given on Houston. Well, this is what the finish went there, driving. That was all it took. Right in toward the rim. That was one take. Nothing was changed out immediately. And Randall is like saying, yep, this is what my time would be. I just had to do a bunch of attacking. The foul is given by Eason. And this will be his first foul. As right now, this will be one shot coming up for Julius Randle. And Randle knocks the free throw down. pretty clear at that point that Julius Randle belongs to this team, and he can be just how hard he gets over it, don't you think?
Well, I have to be that he changed out to hours, but all I would say now is he belongs with the team. I think the Knicks are definitely going to say is that they all miss on Julius Randle, but now Julius Randle is here with the Knicks. It's going to happen.
First team foul. Two shots.
After the foul, that will be Julius Randle, his first personal foul, and their first team foul for Minnesota. Whitmore's at the free throw line shooting two. Just 12.8 seconds remaining in the first half.
Two shots.
Knocks the first free throw.
Whitmore's kind of like a higher range than that, but more likely though, that he will have to try to keep fighting for bigger attempt.
Well, it might be, but it's just how hard it gets for Whitmore if he has to get another free throw. It's definitely how hard it's going to get, more likely. Second free throw is good for Whitmore. Down to 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Julius Randle will lead it off from here. 42-26 is the score in the first half in Game 4. We are heading to halftime. And that's going to do it for now. We'll be back here shortly. Right after this, we'll get ready for the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Jones. Kenny's here. Jack is here. There was no stopping Anthony Edwards in the first half. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves? The difference is big, man. Accurate. His second unit came to play tonight. They were aggressive. You gotta figure the stars are loving seeing how much work they're doing. Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets will play?
They're getting abused in the paint defensively wherever their opponents set the tone. Their matchup physically, you're toast. That's what the scoreboard is reflecting right now. Toast with butter.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
You've been watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks, as we're getting ready to start the third quarter here in Minneapolis. We got a great start off to put in here for Minnesota. The Wolves have been turning out to start for Anthony Edwards. He made that one a great start off to put in for the first half of the game. But now he's looking forward to getting into the second half.
I would believe that when it was not Anthony Edwards, and when I say now, it's not really always the easiest thing. And with that, it was kind of like how easy it is. And now I realize that, well, he's going to get this thing done.
True enough. Let's see if we can do this. With the start of the second half, we have his family. He's along with Green and Sengun. Brooks is with Aman Thompson. And right now, as Mike Conley will start things off, he will tip it in there. That will be the number 2-pointer for Minnesota. It's a great start. A lot of great start happens with Mike Conley. He won't get enough ECOA at that point. And here's another one for Brooks. That rolls in and out, and rebound by Conley. Conley's got his first rebound of the night. He will have it over. Off to Gobert. Oh, in the middle, he will take a slam dunk in. That one just flies and right in toward the center.
That's a big line. How could Manny Gobert just have that? It's Rudy. He really has it all. Should never bring anything.
Jalen Green knocks down a three-pointer. You know, the back-to-back of the threes doesn't make anything easier at that point. It just needs to get to a little fixing time right. And here's Edwards. He'll find it again to Conley. Conley finds McDaniels. Over now to Edwards. Edwards, swing it over. Here's a chance for Clark. That's off the three. Rebounded by Sengun. Van Vliet finds Thompson. Thompson on Edwards, trying to watch it from middle. Passes over. 3 for Van Vliet. That's no good. Rebounded by Gobert. That's his 4th rebound. And nearing down to 6-minute mark in the 3rd. Here's Gobert. Pass over to Conley. Conley swings over to Edwards. Edwards looking over now to Clark. Clark fades. 3 for Edwards. It's good! Right for the number 2-pointer. He has 14.
It was no ordinary, but I would say about Anthony Edwards, that would have been like almost like erratically, but making it work at the same time.
Reporter Morale LaFleur is talking for Ume Udoku. It just didn't really go working really well. It may have been the end of their season because of this point, because it was not totally enough for the Rockets are trying to get into the postseason. But this advantage has been turning to be like it's unbelief, and he didn't really think it wasn't going to happen really well. With Udoku, it may have been the end for us, but we will try to put it back in at the same time to get all the rage back in. Well, it's definitely what I always have mentioned before. They need to go for it. And what they don't really know is, it looks like they just haven't made it back in the playoffs and all the way to the Western Conference Finals since 2018. And with the last part of it that they were really doing it for, it was really, didn't think it was going to be enough. So that, in the first round, it just turned to be like on a halt, and he didn't do really well certainly. You're trying everything, but you don't do it all well often at the same time. It's just been kind of hard for doing it for sometimes. Not anybody can be good at it. The Wolves have been outscoring the Rockets bunch, but down by 8. And now here's Conley. You'll find Clark. Singing over, now finding McDaniels. McDaniels tries to get Edwards. Here's a 3 for Clark. That's good. Another 3 for the outside. He has 11. 4 minutes left to remain in the 3rd. And now here's a chance for Green. Green watching middle. On Brooks with the shot drive. No good. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. That's his 5th. Now he's over now to Conley. Conley gives it over now to Clark. Clark swings over to Gobert. Gobert fades. Looks to Clark. A 3 for Conley. That's so good. And a rebound by Thompson. Under 3:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter, you'll now find it over to Van Vliet. Pass middle. Thompson. Oh, Gobert! I don't know if that was a clean block shot, or it must have been went off his hand.
Well, I'm going to say it's going to be off his hand. Do you think that was going to be agreeable?
Now that I know anything, I thought that was going to be off for some reason. That could be hard. Clark. Around Green. No good. Rebound by Gobert. Swings to Clark. Now go back to Conley. Conley setting a screen by Gobert. Here's the lob to Gobert. And that one took it away by Sengun. Step up 2. Won't get enough. Gobert tries this again to McDaniels. He'll now swing again to Conley.
They have a lot of time to make some shots. They just can't lose it oftenly.
Gobert, backstepper. That's good. It's 8 points for Rudy Gobert. And they're up by 20. That's the largest one in the league of the night. They've been looking all over it for now, scoring droughts bigger and bigger. Timeout call by Houston Rockets with 2:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We'll step aside here and we'll get plenty of action to get some covered breaks. But this is the biggest lead. And unbelievable scores. Did not even know how they were going to fly up there.
Of course they would. It's going to be fly down to Minnesota. Looks like they're going to be moving it on the next one.
Of course they do. It's the Minnesota way, the north of the valley. Don't miss for the fun here for our amazing new skit of the SO Beasts, because the party is underway. You won't miss anything's out here for the SOB skit as they're joined in by the crew. And they are able to send the invitation to party just for fun, while the others are doing the New York City ones on the outside. So starting on July 13th will be the SOB skit Party Freakouts featuring the BFDI and Anime Insanity Tour. Don't miss that one out, only on Sun and Beast. Now as the finishing goes on, here's Steven Adams as he's checked back on the court. Sangoon's checked out as the other players are also checked in. Whitmore, Holiday, Easton, Smith Jr. checked in. Now Holiday's right toward the outside. Dillingham is on him. Right toward the middle. Pass from outside. Here's the takeover to Steven Adams on a throwdown. Right toward a two-hand dunker. After a cross for Whitmore. That Whitmore was just unbelievable. He never did anything like that. Dillingham, right toward outside, and pass over it again to DiVincenzo. He'll send it again to Julius Randle. Randle passes to DiVincenzo. Slides back, pass again to Alexander Walker. Finds Gobert. Around Adams with a shot. Up me! And he got it in! That's where Rudy Gobert's 10 points in the game.
And this is the pointer on that one, what they're looking for. That is a tough shot. He just made up a game clearly.
Here's Whitmore. Ball's loose. Stolen by DiVincenzo. Dillingham will finish the drive. Oh, what a dunk! Now that's something I was not noticing for Dillingham. He wasn't able to get a dunk down. He definitely did. What an amazing replay here for an excellent dunk presented by the AT&T, the 5G Slam Cam. And another steal by DiVincenzo. There they come on a fast break. Dillingham for three. That's missed again. That will be off the mark, and it's rebounded by Easton. Easton with the spin move. Slides back, now finds Whitmore. Whitmore with the shot. He won't get it in there. That's another miss here by Houston. Julius Randle with the ball. He will find it over to get Alexander Walker. Back to Gobert. Gobert back over to Alexander Walker. Here's Randle for the sidestep. Rebound by Gobert. Up it goes, and a foul. Bucket one. Rudy Gobert showing him king of the Wolves as he makes that shot. Jabari Smith Jr. with a foul.
It is crazy enough when you see the rebound and he was able to put it in, and that world was going to put it in for a nice shot. It's a better take in. Rudy Gobert, a lot of chance. Wasn't able to be proven it at all.
And I know what you're saying now, but Rudy Gobert's definitely like putting a great rebounds. He's been playing excellent. One shot coming up for Rudy Gobert as they, after count bucket with under 30 seconds in the third, they'll get their next free throw in. And Gobert knocks it in. He has 13 points in the game in game 4, and looks like he might be going for another rejection. Right toward his zone is Jeff Green as he slams it down. Dillingham with the ball. You'll find Nikita Alexander Walker. 13 seconds remaining in the third. Finds Dante DiVincenzo. One last motion here before the time goes down to 0. Alexander Walker for three. He got it. Another three for the Wolves. He's got 5. And that will do for the third quarter. The Wolves of the extension. One more quarter, and they're looking for a second round to play against the winning team. 65-37. We'll be right back with the third quarter after this break of the NBA 2k25 of the playoffs. Let's have a moment now to reveal their State Farm assist of the game. Now, something I was not really telling about was this kind of a dunk. After that steal, and then you go right toward the offense zone, the Edward pass, and then to Naz Reid. That play was excellent.
It's performable. It's just everyone that takes in the right timing.
It's the final quarter. One win away as we are now approaching down to the final quarter of the game. A lot of the different groups here going on the floor. We've got Dillingham across with Nikita Alexander Walker. And then Garza is on this court with the team. Clark and Joe Ingles also joins in with the team. Now Garza will start the fourth quarter as he'll send it over to Dillingham. Here's Ingles, start for the three. That one is right toward outside. Joe Ingles gets his first three-pointer of the night to start the fourth quarter.
Well, you're never going to get that easy, no. That Joe Ingles was making a three. He was really all in just performance effort.
Tate for two. Doesn't get there that time. And Green will slam it down. 68-39 to score. And here's Dillingham. He'll start off. He only had a slam down this point here by the ball taken away. Garza faced the shot, now finds Alexander Walker. It's backed over to Clark. Clark swings to Alexander Walker, now finding Dillingham. He'll give to Garza. Shoots over Green. That tough shot doesn't make it in as it's rebounded by Amen Thompson. Ball's loose. It's stolen by Garza. Dillingham will slow things down a bit, and he's over now at Nikita Alexander Walker. 6:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. He'll find Dillingham again to Clark. That's stolen by Green. And here's Tate. Find a pass. Green for three. That's good from outside. That's Jalen Green with another three-pointer of the game. Only 6:16 remaining in the fourth quarter. Dillingham times this down. Now find Alexander Walker. He'll give again to Clark. Time approaching down fast. Clark misses another one. Another rebound here by the Rockets. Rockets still might be ending their season here, so it seems like without James Harden and Russell Westbrook, and definitely CP3, I guess that it's already over for them. Yeah, indeed. They were not really like they were going to be playing enough at all. They were really slowing it down a bit, and I don't know what just did. They didn't really think it was going to be enough season for them to try to finish it off. Clark, Dillingham for three. Never been scared for Minnesota. Another rebound by Garza. And back to Joe Ingles. Ingles decided to go for another two. Sidestep over Green. That's good. Joe Ingles for two. He has five. Thompson. And Sengun for three. He'll get it to go. That will be another three-pointer here for the Rockets as Amen Thompson with the assist. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Dillingham fakes a shot, looks over to Garza. Garza swings over now to Alexander Walker. He looks over to Ingles. Ingles trying to go roll over to Alexander Walker. Dillingham for three. That's good. Number three for the Wolves. It's Dillingham, 5 points in the game. The Wolfpack extension, 73/45. Thompson rolls in the backcourt violation. It'll be Wolves ball, and now the new changes are on the court, as this will be 3 players coming on the court and 3 players off the court between the Wolves and the Rockets. Adams, Green, Whitmore, Shepard are checked in. Ingles looking for Mike Conley this time as he's back on court with Nas Reed, and Dillingham moves to shooting guard position. Conley looks over to Dillingham. Dillingham looks over to Clark. Clark swings again, now finds Conley. Conley looks over to Ingles. Ingles swings to Conley for the three. That's good. Another three for the Wolves. He has 7. This is like a kill-off out there. I don't believe this. Holiday again to Steven Adams, finding Jeff Green. His two-pointer rolls around the net, and it's now in the net. Steven Adams with the assist. Here's Conley. He'll swing again over to Dillingham. Dillingham again to Clark. Now Clark will make some new changes here. Right in the middle with a layup. That's good. Mike Conley's got 9 after Clark with the assist.
He's putting in a nice use. This is the layup drive that they're really doing it for.
Under 3:30 remaining in the fourth quarter, he now finds Green, and he'll make the drive in. It was just how hard it gets now. 78-49 is the score. And now Conley will take a change over now to Clark. Clark, stolen by Shepard. Going down to 3 minutes in a final quarter. Shepard will take the three. That one misses again and rebounded by Ingles. Ingles with his first rebound of the night. Off the pass to Clark. Clark for the finish. The drive will put it in. Clark's got 13 in the game. Just 16 minutes on the court, 62 field goals to range. He's been a better key afterward. I mean, with Jalen Clark, it's nothing but they get done for. All what happens to you know for, you just have to give the Clark with a great offense and run. Better position doesn't start here. Jalen Clark back over again to Dillingham. Bounce pass to Reed. Reed will give to Dillingham. Good pass off, but the shot won't make in for Dillingham. With no timeouts remaining, Shepard will give it over, and a three for Whitmore. He will get it in. That'll be another three-pointer for the Rockets. And as for another assist, puts in for Shepard. Conley will finish things off. Only 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Clark outside. The pass over now finds to Dillingham. Dillingham finds Clark. Fades. Looks to Reed for the shot. Good D by Steven Adams with only 1:45 remaining. And it'll be a reach. That'll be Dillingham's first personal and her first team foul for Minnesota. Next change here. Jalen Green's back on court. And the other side for the Wolves, Shepard's checked out. And now as for Dillingham, he's finished. And this one will be the new replacement to move over as Alexander Walker's back on the court. Mike Conley's finished for tonight. And it'll be Holiday with another layup drive. 1:39 remaining in the fourth quarter of the regulation. And Dillingham will finish things off. The pass over now finding Ingles. Ingles looks over to Dillingham, now find Alexander Walker. Walker, Ingles for number three. That's missed and rebounded by Adams. Adams didn't really figure he was going to make another three-pointer, but that's a great rebounding that he puts in. Not a defensive block, but only the rebound have been changing in. Green, toward the middle, will finish the scoop, and down to a final minute in the fourth quarter. Well, as for being said for now, it has been like a one hardest game that they ever been facing for. And for as the Wolves, they'll be moving on to the second round to face the winning team between the Lakers or the Warriors. It's been like what they all do for. I think we're going to see the Warriors and the Wolves again. I think it's because you remember at that point in season 1, it was the Wolves that made that with a great win. And they definitely did it again. They really have to been playing in for so many times. What I noticed about what happened with Stephen Curry, it was not easy enough. We're just going to have to look over it again, get the rebound in. I think we're going to see them again once more. And the finish will be Green. 33 seconds remaining. As Steven Adams with the assists. Well, I bet you believe on that. It's going to be Wolves and the Warriors. If they win, then they'll play against the Minnesota team. Clark rolls back to Ingles with 20 seconds remaining. And they will finish it off from here. Ingles will give to Dillingham. And as they're being said, that will do. 10 seconds. We'll finish it here. A shot clock violation will be on the Wolves. And just one more change for the Rockets and for the Wolves. Ingles is checked out as Randall's back on the court. Randall had a great time of the year and a great work here by Joe Ingles. It was the end of it. Just how playable it is. They just have to keep on coming back. But as you know, it's been a year. Therefore, the Wolves moves on to the second round. A shutout winning in Minnesota, 82-58. It's been like a better run afterward. Nobody stands a pack. The Wolfpack, we're moving on. It's the Minnesota way. Indeed you do. We always win. And that about wraps it up here, folks. Along with my broadcast partner, along with Ali LaForce, Pyramidi, and of course, Test Tube. I'm Terry Crews. You've been watching the NBA playoffs for Doubleheader Nights on 2K Sports. Thanks for watching. See you next time. All right, thank you so much here, Terry. And with that, the Wolves are heading back to the second round as they're about to be facing against the winning team between the Warriors or the Lakers. This has been outstanding here for Minnesota as they pull a shutout win over with the series of 4-0.
Yeah, it's totally like everything is going to happen the same thing. But I didn't really think it was going to happen that long.
Here's what I did with the total statistics. 55% for the field goals, 50% for the three-pointers. Both guys did excellent with 100 free throws between the Rockets and the Wolves. Then, 10 fast break points was only Houston Rockets. There's a lot of them for Minnesota Wolves that they done. Points in the paint was 32. Second chance points was 12. Bench points 37. And assists 30. Both guys have 11 offensive rebounds between. Only 22 defensive rebounds for the Wolves, along with 7 steals, 4 blocks, 5 turnovers, 14 fouls was on Houston Rockets. 4 dunks was Minnesota Wolves. And it was 31 for biggest lead of the game with 19:28 time of possession. I didn't really think it was going to happen that point there long. Don't you think, Roy?
I wouldn't say if I would, always do. I mean, this can be like, wow, what an amazing wick-off.
And now to give it over for 3-star players of the game, I have is Roy. Your take.
All right, thank you so much. 3-star players of the games are on the board, starting with Jalen Clark with 13 points, 2 rebounds with 5 assists. But it was 5 out of 8 field goals with only 3 3-pointers out of 4. Then it was 23 performance effort. The starting of the bench points did well done for Jalen Clark. He's looking to come back in to get ready for the next playoffs. Second star player goes to Rudy Gobert with 2 blocks and 2 steals and 3 assists with 8 impressive rebounds with 13 points in the game, 6 out of 7 field goal range. And it was 21 performance effort with only 1 dunk. He wasn't sure how he was able to help it, but he definitely did everything. And your first-star player of the game goes to Anthony Edwards with 16 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 1 steal, and 6 out of 8 field goal range, made 2 3-pointers with 23 performance effort. You got to get the credit over to finish off for Anthony Edwards in the first round. And now they're up for the second round to see what goes next. Well, that should do here for your fellas. I hope you all enjoyed your game of the NBA playoffs of the doubleheader night on 2K Sports. Stay tuned for our next games as we will be approaching Game 5 very soon. There will be only 2 games going on, actually. One starts with the Cavaliers against the Hawks. That's going to be starting back at Rocket Arena. And then the next game, we're about to be seeing the next team taking things on. The Nuggets against the Clippers back in Mile High. And then for tonight, Pacers and the Bucks, they're ready to do this thing again. And finally for our last game, Warriors against the Lakers. And with that one, if the Warriors win, they'll be moving on to the next round to face against the Wolves in the conference semifinals in the Western Conference. So with that being said, that is it for now. Game 4 is done. Game 5 will be back soon at the time of the moment. In the meantime, thank you all for watching. And with that being said, we'll see you next time for as well as the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports Style. This is Roy Cruz and Son of Beast signing you out. Thanks for watching and good night in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
If you don't, somebody will.